Hi, my name is Beth Janowski, and I am presenting on case 3-5 Walmart inventory shrinkage. Um, this case is about Shane. Shane was contacted by his regional manager and letting him know that he was being transferred to a new store to help with the shrinkage problems that were in that store. And um, what he did, so basically his mission, right, was to reduce the shrinkage in the store. If he couldn't reduce the shrinkage in the store, it had been talked about that the store would shut down just because it was so high. You might be asking what shrinkage is, like kind of wondering what that is. Shrinkage is anything like goods that have been lost, stolen, misplaced, can't be found. That's what's considered shrinkage for a store. And this store had unusually high amounts of shrinkage. So he got to this new store. It was a Walmart store, and he tightened systems and controls. He and convinced the manager to hire somebody who was really good at this kind of stuff, and helped implement new programs, and it was really helping in lots of areas, not just the shrinkage area, saving the store money. Um, and so I mean it was looking pretty decent, but the regional manager and other higher ups still weren't quite happy with the efforts. They thought that he should be doing more. I mean, there was also incentives in place as far as like, if the shrinkage was reduced, the regional manager would get a bonus. And if it was reduced by more than 2/3, then Shane would also get a bonus. Those kind of incentives can kind of create an environment of pressure, to reach those goals, um, even when maybe the goals haven't been met in reality. So, you know, um, kind of you got to think about um, so Shane, he knew about these pressures from above to reach these goals, that they weren't happy with the amount of the shrinkage had decreased, even though it was going fairly well. It was doing pretty good. It wasn't good enough. And as he was doing one of the yearly inventory counts, he found that the shrinkage numbers had shrunk crazily. Like they were 80 down to less than 80,000, and what they'd been the year before was over 800,000. And this is a very, very big difference. Not a difference that you would likely see. And so he approached his regional manager about like his suspicions as far as like the numbers having been doctored, and his regional manager kind of just blew him off. He said that it was due to an accounting problem that had been fixed, and that he was under investigation, and that he was on leave until the investigation was resolved. And I kind of just like want to pause for a second and kind of take a look at, who the stakeholders were and what kind of ethical issues are at risk here. And so some of our stakeholders, for one, a stakeholder is anybody who has an interest or an investment, I guess you could say. And it doesn't have to mean like an actual literal investment in the store, but anybody who is involved in the store. So employees, customers, anyone who owns stock in Walmart, obviously, suppliers, the community, the community who uses the store. Those are all your, stakeholders in this situation. And some of our the ethical issue, I think what it really boils down to in this case is integrity. I think that if there is integrity in the store, then and among the employees, there's a community, there's a environment of integrity, that we're going to be honest no matter what, then cases like this wouldn't happen. And on that note, what Shane found out was actually that that the numbers had been doctored. He talked to a manager who told him that instead of inventory being reported as missing or lost, they said, oh, it's not really missing, it's just misplaced. It's somewhere else here in the store, but we really have it. And that's kind of what it boils down to. So what would you do, I guess, in this case, if you were Shane? And I think what I would do is I would first encourage the manager of the store, who is the one who kind of knows about the situation, to come forward with me and to go kind of above the regional manager's head to the next highest person and kind of let them know what's going on, and about the kind of pressure that's being pushed down onto management to reduce the shrinkage in an unethical way. And that's what I would do. Thank you.